Lost at Home podcast. Here are your hosts, Scott Bear and Jeremiah Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Jeremiah Johnson. It's nice to talk to everybody here. Scott, you notice anything different about how I sound today?
You sound like someone exhumed the grave of Casey Kasem.
Yeah, I always talk like this, but I'm using a new Blue Yeti Pro microphone. It's got a great sound quality, so I sound a little more buttery than usual. I apologize you're speaking into a glorified tin can there, but I only had enough money for one. I want to thank Kyle Brock from MacTac Podcast for recommending this microphone to me. It sounds great.
A microphone so good he can channel the spirits of former dead DJs.
Yes, in a very limited capacity of impression.
Just dead Casey Kasem.
That's the only one. Actually, I definitely cannot speak like that the entire show, or I will lose my voice again.
Hey, we're all just waiting for
Jeremiah.
We're all just waiting for Alex Jones to die, so you can do little Alex Jones on the microphone.
I've tried. He turns into Hulk Hogan every time. Remember?
Wait for him to die. I feel like things will be different then.
I actually would like not Casey Kasem, but Alex Jones to die and Hulk Hogan to die. So not like necessarily out of spite, but like just so I can channel one and not know which one it is. So I think I've been channeling Alex Jones the whole time, but it's like Hulk Hogan's like, I'm just playing with you, brother. Woo. Oh, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I don't like black people. Whoa. Well, that's not Hulk Hogan at all. I can only do Hulk Hogan if I pretend.
Is Hulk Hogan.
I can only do Hulk Hogan if I pretend to do Alex Jones.
I was just thinking, if I did an Alex Jones, I think I would do the same as you, but I would probably do that head shaking thing, like a dog with the flappy jowls.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah. You get that, and they're like, well, government, it's coming to get you. There are internment camps around the country that have been put up by Obama, and you just might end up in one of them.
Listen up, brother. When I was stepping into the squared circle with Macho Man Randy Savage in WrestleMania 6, I didn't care about who was at the border. I didn't care about who was at the border. I only cared about who was coming into my squared circle, which is my home, brother.
Yeah.
We could do an Alex Jones Hulk Hogan podcast.
Well, that was all the brothers. Definitely Hulk Hogan. Though.
Yeah. We could definitely do a podcast with just those two. But we're not doing that. We're doing
what an old bummer of us having to talk about the internment camps a little more. Obama, you will be threatening all of us for years to come.
Yeah, you almost seen one of those. Like, I know he doesn't do it, but it adds gravitas to his fat, fucking, ugly, jowled fucking face.
That's the thing, is like you've got to do it. Like, people would understand why you do it. It's sort of like Dana Carvey doesn't really do a good impression of anybody. He just does really good impressions. They're fun impressions. He doesn't worry about. Same with
he was the host of the Gong Show for 7 months before anyone figured out that it wasn't Niles Camberbanch or whatever the fuck the host's name was. That it was actually Mike Myers wearing a full makeup set.
Mike Myers. Myers is like I was talking Dana Carvey. So
I'm just throwing that out there because they were in Wayne's World
together.
They're
inextricably linked for sure. Yeah. But we are not doing that podcast. We're doing Lost at Home podcast, and we're on episode 252, which is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 7. For my primies out there who want to know prime factorization, I know you're champing at the bit. Champing. I always look it up and I can't remember which one it is.
That's
I think it's Champ. Anyway, so but what is our podcast about?
Well, we pull the weirdest stories we can find from the internet. We do a fast round at the beginning of the show just to get a few of the weird ones out of the way, just to lighten your world and make you a little more aware of things you're not aware of.
Sometimes we do, sometimes
if needed. Yeah. And then for the rest of the show, we take those better stories that have a little more meat on their bones and we turn them into new content after, basically talking about the story.
Yeah.
The new content could be new TV shows, movies, music, stand-up acts, books, comics. It could be anything, but it's new content. And we like to think of the show as our form of copywriting.
Yes.
But we also encourage you, if you hear one of our ideas, to go out there and make it. Just make sure to give us a little bit of credit.
Well, I was going to say, mostly just because we're not going to make most of this stuff, although we do keep some empty promises, and some of them do make their way back into the show. But we're counting on you all, creative bunch of people out there. We know we've got a lot of great creative listeners to actually create this stuff, and then we get that sweet, sweet fucking cash.
Speaking of creative listeners, we have an update from last week's story about the Tutter app.
Oh yeah, I was going to. I haven't left a
I haven't either, but one of our listeners did.
Okay, great, because we still need to do that. That's an empty promise, but we're only recording a couple of days after we actually recorded the last episode. We're doing them pretty quick, so we haven't had a chance to do that yet. I haven't anyway.
This review, it goes under two names. It's a listener who we're very active with, Caesar_Zappelli on Instagram, but he did the review under the name
OG Astolfo.
Jatin Bajpai.
Oh, nice. That's a good name.
5 stars for
That's
the
a quality
Tutter app.
like Monty Python-esque name.
Yes.
Actually, yes.
And And then he wrote 5 stars. It's utterly amusing. I love the taste
Love
of
it already.
I love the taste of the cat named Nigel I got on here. He tastes perfect. A little shout out to my cat Nigel at home. And gross, you can find cats that you can drink the udder milk of on Tutter. I did not know that.
Well, I mean, apparently, based on, I mean, I'm
tutter those cats' nipples so hard.
I
believe
tutter
that pussy.
I believe.
Hey Nigel, get over here! I'm gonna tuddle your pussy.
Yeah, tutter your pussy's pretty good.
Well, Nigel's
yeah.
also male, so does that mean he has less nipples?
Well, no, tutter. He's gonna
Wait.
tutter your pussy. Your
How does
pussy's
that
Nigel.
work?
Huh?
You're a guy, you have 2 nipples. I'm a guy, I have 2 nipples. Every girl I've ever met has 2 nipples.
Yes, yeah, same here.
Cats, a female cat that has like a litter of 6 kittens has 6 nipples for the 6 kittens.
Right, yeah.
Does a male cat have 2 nipples or 6 nipples for the
I would
kittens? It doesn't have to suckle.
I would assume, well, just like we have 2 nipples that
Do you
serve
think it
no
has
purpose
6
whatsoever.
vestigial nipples?
I mean, we have 2 nipples
Vestigial nipples.
that do nothing. There's just like
They
really
get
what
in
it
the,
was
they get in the way more than anything.
is the good
They knock
good
over
Lord.
my milk during my breakfast.
You do have long nipples.
They get erect too at the drop of a hat.
Yeah. They,
Oh, it's feeling brisk in here. It must be 99 degrees.
yeah. That's the thing I've actually always been impressed about. You can tell the temperature within 0.1 degree based on what your nipples are doing.
When I lay on my back, I can also tell time.
That's right. Other people can tell time.
In 2 time zones.
What's it say?
Peck 1 is Vermont. Peck 2 is Colorado.
Yep. That's actually it's Colorado West or Central.
Doesn't matter. One of my pecs is abnormally shifted to the left due to the weight of such long nipples.
Yep. Maybe it's. I mean, by West I meant Pacific. Maybe it's mountain. Is it mountain?
Let me give a visual for the listener while you do some typing. Have you ever had a poster in your bedroom of say,
Mountain
like
Standard Time? That's what it is.
Say like
Okay.
a Calvin
I missed it
Klein
all around,
model or a shirtless Hugh Jackman. And then have you ever taken
you're
hot
speaking my
dogs
language.
and cut the rounded ends off?
Yes.
Like right at the end, the rounded part off
Yep,
of
I know.
one end.
Yep.
And then glue them right onto the nipples of that Hugh Jackman poster.
I have, yeah.
That looks like me when I'm sleeping. You have to actually look at it like from the side, like put yourself on the wall, put your hands under your head like a pillow, and then look at Hugh Jackman like he's in bed with you, and you get those nipples and just go. Urgh.
Yeah. No, I know. I've seen. Oh, you're describing to the listener, of course.
To
Yeah.
the listener,
You're
you
painting-
know.
painting- yes,
you know.
I know.
I've slept on your couch before. I bring
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Hugh Jackman poster
No,
everywhere,
I have
and
gotten-
a pack of Oscar Mayers,
And I've got
and some glue.
I've got no sleep whatsoever because I've just been mesmerized by the whole thing.
What's worse is that I sleepwalk, and I was doing that waltz with the poster.
Yeah,
basically it was this crumpled mass with hot dogs sticking out of it, but
no.
I was waltzing.
Yeah,
with it
and it made me
slowly.
hungry. I'm gonna say it's made me hungry.
All right. So, Jared, you want to start the show up because your rapid fire was a late entry into the game.
Yes, and actually,
I'm
it's not
as familiar
even a
with these
rapid fire
stories.
to this week. This week, I'm creating a new segment, so we're gonna go ahead and pause for the theme song right now.
A little fun.
I don't know if I'm gonna make one. I just figured if we paused for it, it could be funny if I don't. Now, this is Politifucks.
If you don't, Politifun.
No, I'm not gonna use that.
That's it.
I cut that out.
Politifun.
I'm cutting anytime you do it. I don't care if it's in the middle of you
How
talking. I'm
many
cutting it out.
fucks do I give? I give Politifun.
That polit is not a number. It's a play on words of PolitiFacts.
Poly. P-O-L-I. Poly. Many facts.
Well, P-O-L-Y would be poly,
Polyfax.
but yeah.
That's a number. It's any number over 1.
Poly, multiple, you mean? Yeah. But that would be P-O-L-Y. This is P-O-L-I-T-I-C, or no, that would be politics. Yeah.
This segment definitely has 3 Politifucks.
Yep. Politifucks is when I find some. So we're not really a political podcast. We try to steer clear, but sometimes the worlds cross, and often actually, we've got some political elements that are just fucking batshit that do need to come into the show because they fit our criteria or lack thereof, and we can make these ridiculous stories out of political content. The first one comes from Arkansas, where a lawmaker wants to get students reading by putting money on the line, specifically their lunch money. This lawmaker wants to cut school lunch funding for schools that have their reading program has issues or where it falls below a certain threshold. So in other words, they're going to starve the reading into these children. It makes no sense because they're
down.
saying
Down, sold.
yeah, you know what? I'm bringing it up in Vermont. Yeah.
You fucking want to eat? Read. If that's a life lesson. That's when you hit 18. Guess what happens when you can't read? You're not going to make enough money to eat.
Okay, but I would disagree.
How
that
young
you
are
could
these
probably
kids?
find. Well, this is just like the whole school would lose their funding.
So
This is elementary
all
school.
the way down to preschool where they can't read yet.
It's just a bunch of emaciated kids. It's fucking,
What does this sentence say? Red. Nope. No
Nope.
lunch for you,
And,
Jimmy.
actually, yank the lunch their parents packed for them out of their hand
Yes.
and beat them with the fucking lunchbox.
Yes.
Their little Dora the
They
Explorer
have one of those
lunchboxes.
scrap metal, those things with the gears with the teeth, and you just drop the meal and it just eats it.
Yeah.
It's like a paper shredder, but for steel, but they use
Yeah.
it for their meals.
And then they build like a little Play-Doh figure out of it because it looks like Play-Doh when it comes out of it, and they just put it in front of the kid and go, "This is what you are."
you get
And they
that-
make a little kid out of it and they put it on the grill and they eat it in front of them and go, "This is tasty. You know why I can eat it? Because I know how to read, dumb."
Then you get that one slow kid who can't do anything right, but somehow ends up in the basin where all the food falls.
Yeah.
They open the door one day and he's like, "I'm the trash compactor monster from Star Wars."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, wow.
You're too poor to have seen Star Wars, kid.
Like, you understand how to get in this machine and you understand Star Wars. Yeah, still can't read, no food for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I'm against it because it's,
Well, I mean,
it's the wrong way to teach.
Well,
it's just the wrong way to teach.
And really, what they're doing is they're trying to they're trying to hold the schools accountable in some way or another to as if every kid with some kind of reading disability immediately means they're just not trying. That's
I
not
mean, how
necessarily
fat
the
are these
case.
kids?
Well, that's the
Maybe
thing.
they're spending time eating when they should be reading.
That's true, and they're not reading that there's too much sugar and fucking
They're not
diabetes.
reading the nutritional content
Yeah.
in the back of their Snickers.
Yeah, there's too much diabetes in this kid. You're
All
gonna
right.
fucking die. So that's politifuck number one. Number two.
Rapid fire number 2.
Number two, State Rep Daryl Metcalf says reducing carbon dioxide emissions will kill his vegetables. This is a state regulative who has,
I mean, he's not wrong that plants like CO2.
They-
They eat
that
it.
is true,
And they
yes.
they regurgitate
It's food, yes.
like an anorexic or no, a bulimic. I'm sorry, oxygen.
yes, exactly.
Plants are the bulimics of the
And they use it as
of
food.
the world.
and they do use it as food, and so he's
Except
actually
for bulimics, they're actually the bulimics of the world.
yeah, no, they are, yeah. I mean, of
Of the planet. Well, I said the world, same thing.
yeah, no, I was thinking of the plant world, but you just said plants, so that doesn't make sense either. 'cause
No, the
obviously-
planet.
I said plants. Yeah. No, but this is a state rep. Actually, I didn't even notice what state this came from here.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's from.
I'm gonna guess somewhere below the Mason-Dixon line.
I will give you this surprising bit of information. It's a Republican. No way. So this Republican does okay. First of all, science does say that more CO2 is good for plants, but more CO2 is that we spill into the atmosphere is not good for the planet, and the detrimental effects of that, including releasing too much nitrogen, which plants also consume, which actually is not good for
too much
humans.
of anything is bad. You know what? When you're sick and you take those vitamin C pills to feel better, number one,
You fart the
it
rest
does-
out, yeah.
Well, it does nothing for you.
Yeah.
Long-term exposure to vitamin C can boost the immune system. Short-term bursts of it do nothing but give you the runs.
Yeah.
It actually gives you diarrhea.
Yeah, and best case scenario, you fart it out. Like that's like if it doesn't turn into poop.
case.
Yeah. It can very well turn it. But anyway, so CO2 up in the air, and he's saying, listen, I don't want my plants to die. Like, he was making this argument as if the people who are trying to curb climate change are trying to eliminate CO2 from the air altogether.
Yes,
and
we need zero emissions, meaning no
CO2. And really I think what people in climate
He's
change
out
are
there
saying
and
is,
it feels just heavy breathing on a very weak
come on,
piece of
baby.
cabbage.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Me and my family need you.
I've been breathing on this cabbage for weeks and it won't grow. Those are Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
They never get bigger than that.
Oh, I'm going to eat them now.
For the listener, Brussels sprouts, baby cabbages.
Yep, that's right. That's what they look like.
That's what they
good,
are.
They're good fried.
They're in the cabbage family, just like bok choy.
Yep, I like them quite a bit. Well, I mean, in other words, I would say they taste different than cabbage.
Just like bok choy.
I do, yes, just like bok choy also tastes different than cabbage. Wait, here's a new segment we call, and this is in the middle of our new segment here called "Things That Taste Different from Cabbage."
No, dissimilar. I want
Dissimilar, okay.
I want us to sound
Things
very
that taste
smart.
dissimilar from cabbage with Scott Bear. All right,
Carrots.
Scott, you're up first. Okay. And that has been our Things That Taste Dissimilar from Cabbage segment.
It's funny. I went for carrots because coleslaw has carrots in it. And that's next story.
All right. So we are on the last political
Dead
PolitiFlux.
mayor.
Yes, this is in Oklahoma. There was a runoff in a general election there is going to be a runoff for the general election because a three-way mayoral race in Edmond, Oklahoma, resulted in the dead mayor receiving about 32% of the vote. And the first one, Dan O'Neill, actually in first place with 56% of the vote. So I actually don't know if it's going to have to head to a runoff after all. But the thing that's crazy about this, okay, Charles Lamb in second place is dead. What ended up happening is he filed for re-election in December, died unexpectedly. It was too late for them to take his name off the ballot or replace it with somebody else's, so it was just between him and 2 other candidates. Yes, I said 2 other candidates, and this guy came in second, which means some poor bastard came in third behind a dead man. What does that do for your self-esteem?
I like his tenacity. I think if they ever do a documentary of this, it's got to be called Defiance of the Lambs.
We're done with that story because nothing gets better than that. That's the story. So that was Politifucks. So I hope you appreciate it. Yeah, we're actually going to go into another new segment.
All right, next segment.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you hear that?
Get it in. Throws it to Ewing. Ewing surrounded. 2 seconds to shoot. He drives. He shoots. He missed. He missed. He missed. We win the bell, baby. Ding dong. The witch is dead.
You know what that means? It's time for Sportsy Chat.
I don't believe that anything's going to happen audio-wise, so I'm going to do my own.
I'm going to cut you out again.
We're going to talk about sports, gonna have a chat. Jer knows sports words like
bat.
Jer knows things about sports and stuff. Jer's going to say another word right now.
Rough.
Oh, in the background, you're seeing crowds cheering, like the crack of a bat.
Yeah. The
sound
touch goal.
The sound of a bowling ball going down an alley, but all layered on each other.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to
every sports ball sound layered.
I'm going to actually actually, that's really funny. I'm going to have some of that, and then I'm going to splice in testimony about concussions, the widespread rape allegations, and
my client would never have raped that cheerleader had he not been concussed.
Oh, combine them, yeah. And then...
Why wasn't I a lawyer? Oh, I would be wearing, striped baseball clothes for that basketball player with a bat over my shoulder with the glove hanging off the end of the bat.
Yeah, but it's like a lacrosse glove, which doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's always a lacrosse glove. Of hockey.
Anybody out for a game of handball?
Hockey knee pads on, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sports lawyer.
He doesn't know nothing about sports, but pretends, but doesn't have the energy to go to Wikipedia to Google sports.
How could my client have raped this cheerleader when basketball doesn't have cheerleaders?
It does. We got cheerleaders all over the place here.
How could those cheerleaders be expected to handle the rigors of this sport? Dribbling, shooting.
No, they don't do that. They just stand on the sidelines. They cheer. It's actually very athletic and.
My client was concussed because the sport doesn't allow him to wear a helmet on the court.
I guess you've got a point. And now the man now welcoming the man who ruined basketball by requiring 40-pound helmets.
Well, my God, there'd be so many missed slam dunks that would end hilariously.
Them caught on with their face protectors or mouth guards.
Or just fucking face planting, but because it's a helmet, they don't bounce.
Oh, that would be so much fun, yeah.
Sports lawyer.
The man who ruined basketball. LeBron James topped out at 14 points this year. Anyway, so we are talking with this first one is right up your alley, so you might have to have a thing or two to say about this. But France has recognized Star Wars lightsaber dueling as an official competitive sport.
Fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just sword fighting, but with a different type of sword.
Well, yeah. It's and nerds can do it, which I guess actually I'm guessing fencing guys are not
there's a couple nerds who were excited about this, and when they're like, you could have just done fencing, they're like, that's for losers.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're picking on the fencing kids with their lightsabers that don't actually do anything, and then the fencing kids are like, I have an actual little sword thing, and they stab them.
That's pretty much all of the internet since 2002.
Oh yeah, but does your fencing pole go like this? Zoom. It's not called a fencing pole. I don't know what it is.
No, that's just what he said, and he's making the sound. His sword doesn't even do it automatically.
Zoom.
Fencing guys can do that.
Wow. So that I think that's not a bad thing, especially since you've had a recent acquirement. I don't know if that's a word, but
Yeah, I got
in your life,
I got one of the $300 VFX Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsabers. The ones
Exactly.
that make the visuals
and it
when
looks
you,
fucking awesome. It sounds fucking awesome, and I'm not even that much of a Star Wars geek, and this thing gave me a little Woody.
I didn't pay $300 for it. I got it in trade. I don't want to get into what I traded.
Yes, it may have been your dignity, and by that I mean your cock.
It might have had to do with my hot dog nipples.
Yep, that's right. Your hot dog nipples and your Hugh Jackman poster are now in the hands of somebody else.
The reason why I got a fake sword. Real swords and hot dog nipples do not go well together.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Unless you want to zoom through one of those hot dogs.
Yeah, score them for grilling later.
Yeah, zoom, zoom. That's the real reason I'm a failed Jedi, but I kept my lightsaber, so I just mostly use it for grilling.
Oh,
Zoom.
Few people know this. The reason why I was broke for most of my 20s, hot dog nipples allow for way more piercings than normal nipples. Really drained that bank account piercing them.
You could have pierced them yourself.
No
nipples
infection. Are very
word.
tender. You need a specialist to do that.
It's true. I guess they're not legitimately hot dogs.
Think of it like as a clit.
I do. I always think of nipples as clits.
Me too.
Yeah, mostly because I'm a confused male and I have no idea what
too.
goes where. Yeah. I was looking down there. It's a mess. I don't know what's going on. I need a fucking roadmap. Wait a minute. Lick your nipple? Which one's that? You know? And then next thing you know, I'm sucking off her boyfriend. Ba-doom, 2019. That's what we do. Sexually confused adult.
That actually remind me of You're the Worst season, last season that's on right now.
I haven't seen it yet, but
Oh, there's a great dick sucking thing. Yeah, there really is.
When has a dick sucking thing not been great in life? I mean, maybe just speaking as a male.
When a man in a committed relationship gets a blowjob, confesses to his fiance, and then the only way to make it right is to suck a dick.
Okay, all right.
Which is wow. Like
I
talk about
actually-
eye for an eye.
Here's
Like
the thing.
you got your dick sucked while we were together. Go suck a dick.
Here's the thing that
And then you're even.
Here's the thing that I do feel, and I'm glad are not two things that are actually a thing. And I hope this doesn't catch on. We don't have enough. Hopefully, don't have enough listeners. That
I am
will try
really
to
curious to
for
see.
this.
You just came up with two things that are not things.
Yes, well, I mean, they're not widespread things, but I actually think it would be interesting if there was a prerequisite for any man who wants to get his dick sucked to have to suck a dick at some point, so they know what. And sometimes like that really annoying one where like the hand goes to the back of the head and pushes it down, just so they're like a little. It's sort of like I would feel everybody should work in the food service industry, so they're not assholes to servers and stuff like that, or to cooks or anything. I feel like maybe a guy should have to suck a dick so they know what it's like.
No, I get-
to push a head back on like a dick there.
I 100% get exactly where you're coming from.
And I say if a guy wants to do anal with a woman, it has to start with like, okay, I get to put this up your ass, like to make sure you know what this is like.
Yeah,
and some guys are going to be fine. That's absolutely worth the trade off.
Keep it
but
going.
There should be a
If
trade
the
off.
dentist wants to pull my tooth that's rotten and dying, I get to pull one of his.
Well, no, but he's probably had a tooth pulled.
No, I get to do it. No,
I think you're missing the point. Like, and the thing is, I guess really what I guess based on what you're saying is
everything should be eye
somebody
for
should
an
have
eye.
a piece of paper that says I have had this done to me. So it's not has to happen in every relationship or anything.
you get to pull my
but
tooth.
have
Have you ever had a tooth pulled from you?
And if not, then you get to
Then
do it.
you get to do it,
And
yeah.
then you have a notary present, and you notarize that. It's an eye for an eye situation. It doesn't have to happen every single time, but it's just to say like, listen, I know what
As a
it's going to
straight
feel
hetero
like.
male, I'm not comfortable with this. I'll just be honest. I enjoy
I'm
getting.
saying I'm glad it's not a-
I enjoy a good fellatio without having to
Have fellatiated.
Yeah.
Yes. But but I feel like and here's the thing. That's why I said at the beginning, I'm
that just
glad
goes
these
to-
are not things because I don't want to be subject to these. But if suddenly every person on the
Do you know how
planet
many
was
guys
like, "This
would
is
suck
it,"
a dick if they found out they'd never get a blowjob again if they didn't?
I'd suck a dick right now.
Everyone would.
I don't care.
Everyone
because
would.
because here's the thing. I would just close my eyes and be like, "This is just a thing." It'd be to me, I could just turn off the sexuality of my brain and be like,
you would.
I don't care.
You just literally look at
Pretend
the
I'm
top
eating a
of
corn
your
dog.
brain through the
I mean,
closed
I'd be
eyelids.
a bad dick sucker if I pretended it was a corn dog and just started eating the thing.
You'd
but-
also want like a guy who would be the best cocksucker on earth, so it's done quick.
yeah.
Like you're so good, it's like pump up. Like wow, you're the Merlin of blowjobs.
So in other words, I would have to get so good at blowjobs that I have to suck thousands of dicks.
oh no, you wouldn't want to be known to be the guy who's really good at them. Yeah, because it's like really, this law has backfired pretty hard. Not complaining about the number of blowjobs, just oh my god,
Well.
Steve only is my friend because he cheaply plumbs the house. I don't need to be doing this for him.
This would definitely open up a new like black market system of forged dick sucking papers and
Yeah,
forged anal papers.
which is just like a coffee punch card with like a little heart punch. Like, you mean I can just buy the puncher?
Exactly. It's like when you go to those shows and they just have those generic tickets that say ticket on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute, I could
can
literally
just
order these on
brought a
Amazon
ticket, yeah.
and have a drone deliver them right now
I can
and have
sell
a ticket.
my own
yeah.
tickets to this show 10 feet up from that person.
Oh my god, they say ticket on them?
Yeah.
How are you ever going to find out? If you do an audit of this Cranberries tribute band.
Also, that would be amazing. Like, set up your own ticket booth just out of sight of the actual ticket booth at a bend in the line.
Yeah.
Be like, oh yeah, you can get tickets here too. We're doing double lines.
Oh yeah, 50% off though. This line. Yeah. Because
And people are just walking through flashing their tickets like, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, did we really already send this many people through and they all went out to see something in their car and now we're coming back in?
It says here we negative sold out. We actually gave away. we actually sold 0 tickets. Anyway, so we're talking about sports. Breakdancing is being considered, and by this I should say, people have petitioned to get it considered for the 2024 Olympics.
Well, if ribbon dancing and all that other weird artistic movement stuff
which
is
I think
in there,
is beautiful.
Yeah, but it's artistic movement.
Like modern dance and stuff like that, which I think is, I don't know, actually know if that's not an Olympic sport, but I think like stuff like that should be definitely considered. I'm fucking in love with that stuff. And the athleticism involved
if one
in that
artistic
shit.
movement is allowed in there, they have to allow others.
Well, yeah, and breakdancing, you talk about athleticism, it's definitely more athletic than some of the other stuff that's already in the Olympics that is like more of a game, than a sport. So I can understand this being a consideration. They want this in the Paris Games 2024. I believe 2020 is in Tokyo, but the International Olympic Committee doesn't consider anything until after new games or new sports. New entries, I should say, until after the next one is done. So starting in 2020, after the Olympics are done, they will take this into consideration because it has been put out there by enough people to consider breakdancing. Honestly, I think I would actually watch that Olympic sport. I watch some of the Olympic sports. That's a sports thing that I don't mind.
Yeah, no, I would watch that too.
You got the best of the world doing their thing. I've got a lot of appreciation and respect for the best of the world.
I just wish they didn't drug test anyone.
I
It would be kind of amazing. 1 year without drug tests.
Yeah, or just like let it go fucking nuts. It would be all Russian sponsored fucking state sponsored.
You would have
programs.
cyborgs.
Yeah. They don't robot test either. Yeah. You're like, wait a minute, this is beyond drug testing.
Your weigh-in is literally 300 pounds more than last time and you look identical.
Who was the it's not, it's like this, like a fucking retina scanning device, like going over the fucking like, oh no, I'm fine. There was a comedian who said that they should actually always have at least one normal person in the Olympics so you can actually get a sense of context of how amazing these people are. Because you're seeing the best in the world competing against each other, so the worst of the best in the world is still amazing.
Along those lines, and one Special Olympics person. You literally have a bar that shows like the 10 competitors, a normal person, and then a Special Olympics person.
Well, we shouldn't say normal, I guess. That'd be saying Special Olympics.
Well, you have
are
heightened
normal.
athletes and you have an less than heightened athlete.
Isn't the middle one the average, the mean, the median, the norm? Average is fine, yes, but normal I think is
I think normal is just
term.
a pseudonym for average that less than average people hate.
Exactly, I think so. Yep. Well, no, I actually think
for the listener, we just fist bumped over that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We air quoted our fist bump though somehow. So there
it was
we go.
easy to do. We fist bumped. I with my left-handed air quotes, and you with your right-handed fist air quotes.
Yep.
And it made sense.
No, it was actually really well done.
It was artistic.
It was seamless, and we did not prepare for it.
It was artistry and movement. Maybe air quote fist bump should be 2024 Olympics.
Yeah, that's right. In Paris, they'll do that. Yeah. Paris will do anything.
But it has to have a verbal component where you say something witty.
Yeah, because
but air quotable.
You know the Olympics are known for their verbal
their quips,
their verbal entries. Yes,
quips.
All right, so we're done with Sportsy Chat. I hope everybody enjoyed Sportsy Chat and PolitiFucks, but we're gonna move into the show proper and get into
web droppings. All right. First two stories we're going to kind of roll together into one story. So hold your horses here on the special content we make.
Scott, I would say hold your hippos.
Oh,
a call forward. It's a
foreshadowing joke.
Yeah. Better than a foreskin joke.
Well, we have a lot of stories about Pablo Escobar, and the first one,
nothing on foreskin.
Steam plowed right through it.
I appreciate that because it was not funny, made no sense, and had no context. And I appreciate that. I just brought attention to it. Wished I didn't. All right. Pablo Escobar. Here we go.
In Australia, there is a restaurant called Pablo Escobar's.
First of all, oh my God, the name, yes.
Brilliant.
Almost as good as our sponsor from a couple shows back, Cronenbergers.
Yep, almost as good. They serve a hamburger with a fake line of cocaine across the top of the bun and a fake rolled up $100 bill jammed into the bun.
Awesome.
Now, they're getting a lot of backlash because...
Oh, what?
you know,
well, promoting
drugs.
drug use?
Drugs, yeah.
Like, people don't know cocaine's awesome?
Now,
Like,
to be
come
fair,
on.
this is not a solid brick and mortar restaurant. This is a pop-up.
Yeah.
So it is a fly-by-the-seat-of-the-pants operation. Probably doesn't even exist as of the time of this recording.
Yeah, this is big surprise. Something like cocaine-based is a pop-up. And just like a quick idea, flash in the pan, and then it's gone.
Now, if anyone's curious what the white powdered coke line is on top of the bun...
I was curious. It's cocaine.
Garlic flour. Which I don't understand why it's just not garlic powder. But I guess they cut it with flour, just like Moe's Coke.
I'm also wondering if just in case somebody actually snorts it, because they're like, listen, just garlic salt
powder
would
fucking woo.
Yeah.
that
Whereas
would
you kind
kill
of like you could snort flour. I'm pretty sure. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm sure that's like more sensitive on your nostrils and lungs and whatnot that it gets into. So
this place is doing well. People are lining up out the door. It has getting raves. It's just
first of all, that burger looks good. It does look good.
Well, it's just a cheeseburger with lettuce, tomato on a brioche bun.
Yeah,
with
I should actually say
line.
the bun looks good.
Well, it's a brioche bun. They always look good.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But
Not as good as that pretzel bun that you posted. One of the most delicious things on Instagram recently.
Oh, that was a
Go
weird...
to legend _tripper on Instagram. You'll be able to see this bad boy. This was a
fun
delicious.
burger.
This is
Or
delicious.
sandwich,
It was a
sandwich.
sandwich. It was like a what?
It was whole grain mustard and honey
Chicken, right?
broiled pulled chicken.
Yeah.
On a pretzel roll with
Bok choy.
bok choy as the greens.
Sriracha barbecue
Sriracha
drizzle.
barbecue with the
But
top,
I've
and
memorized the name. And I've looked at this thing. I have jerked off to this piece of food, and it was while I was eating like 3-day leftover Dominoes, and it popped up, and I was just like, I have to rethink my life.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 22 years as a chef, I can whip
Well, it's
up.
also you. The other thing
I can
too
literally
is
open up my fridge and whip up some weird shit out of like condiments and stuff.
and that definitely helps. It also helps that you have someone to cook for, and I'm a lonely spinster.
Oh no! I made one of those. I ate it at midnight. I was alone.
Oh, really?
Kelly was asleep.
Because it totally looked like it was just a really nice thing to like make for you and your wife.
Oh no, she was sound asleep.
And you were eating bok choy in bed next to her, drizzling sriracha barbecue, taking pictures with flash on them.
Our house has 2 floors.
I know it does. You have definitely some buffer room. I just like the fact that I like the thought, and that's the way
Just
it exists.
crawl into
And you
bed
just
and
crawl
just
into bed,
eat it.
and it's with a crunchy bok choy, snapping flashed pictures on Instagram.
By the way, bok choy might be my new favorite sandwich green.
I love bok choy. I'm
I
a big fan of
fucking
bok choy.
love it.
It's good in stir fried, and it's good regular. Just
That's what I
straight
used
up.
for the
Yeah.
rest of it. I made a chicken stir fry the next day, teriyaki chicken stir fry.
That is that I can do. I used to do
what did
stir
I
fries
do?
all the time.
I did sesame sriracha noodles.
Yep.
Soba noodles.
Good. Soba noodles, one of my favorites. They're also relatively good for you. So
Yeah, I use the sesame oil to keep them from sticking and to add the sesame flavor. And
Oh, yeah,
then a little
no.
bit of sriracha for heat.
you had me at boner.
All right, second half
Sorry,
of the story.
I hear what I want to hear.
Second half of the story, we have Pablo Escobar's hippos. Now, the problem with his hippos is that in Colombia...
Well, they exist.
They shouldn't be there.
No.
They were part of a zoo when he was a rich cokehead, coke dealer, coke seller.
That's coke dealer. I mean, I guess he probably did a ton of
Everything.
coke, but yeah, he was, he made billions of dollars on his enterprise, and in his heyday, he had an entire zoo with shit like giraffes and all this kind of stuff,
Yeah,
including
elephants,
hippos. Yeah.
zebras, everything, and they shipped almost every animal out of there when he got arrested.
Well, they're
because
like,
it's
we're
a
not gonna
fucking
fuck
illegal
with the
zoo in
hippos.
Colombia.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they left the hippos, and now the hippos are breeding out of control and
because the
literally taking
climate
care of
is
the area.
still like good enough for hippos to be like, oh, we got water and it's warm enough and it's a temperate climate, so we're good. And the problem is in Africa, it's not like where the only place they're native to is in Africa, and they don't necessarily have like in like a regular predator even in Africa, but there are at least crocodiles.
They're
that
top of the food chain
but,
everywhere.
But crocodiles and hippos, if I've learned anything from Assassin's Creed Origins, hippos and crocodiles get into a lot of fights.
Tussles, I believe they call
Yes,
them.
they call them hilarious, adorable tussles. Hippos look hilarious on cartoons and stuff. They are one of the most vicious beasts on the planet.
More people die from them than lions and tigers and
pretty
bears.
much anything else in Africa where they are. So, oh my. So the problem in Colombia, they've got no predators whatsoever. Not that they necessarily have them in Africa, but they're So it started with like a couple, and now there's dozens of them there now or something.
And
like
I figured out the perfect piece of content to fix their problem and Pablo Escobar's problem.
Okay.
You Pablo
you gotta combine them.
Escobar's to Colombia. You start poaching those hippos. You grind them up.
Hippo burgers.
Pablo hippo burgers.
Yes. Oh my God. Because that is like, we're gonna take care of your problem.
Yep.
First of all, I'd eat a hippo burger in a heartbeat.
Me too, just to try it.
I mean, it can't be bad, right?
I would imagine it tastes like a pork burger.
First of all,
like ground pork.
First of all, I feel like if you're willing to eat any animal, you should be willing to eat all animals.
Oh, by the way, as a
including dogs. Like I don't see why we have any why domesticated animals are off limits for like Americans. We just think like, oh, it's okay to eat these other intelligent
more or less
animals.
with you.
Yeah. I mean, in other words, I feel like you're a hypocrite if you think you can eat one animal but not another because but I like to walk this one. Fuck you. Eat a dog. Or don't eat any.
People in India don't eat cows because they treat them as sacredly as we treat dogs.
Yeah,
here in
I
this
was actually.
country. It's the reverse. You can see how two different people looking at
but
two different animals have two
because I'm normal and they're not.
Opinions. Yeah,
exactly. But anyway, so Pablo
hippo burgers.
Whatever
you want to call them. Hungry
I think
Esco burgers.
Yeah. Oh yes. Hungry Esco burgers.
It might be the title of the show.
Might be the title of the show. So I'm typing that in right now.
But yeah, you literally just open it up and like you do that. You even serve it on little teeny tiny like printed placemats of the original game. Obviously not 3-dimensional, but just an overlooking down.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like you definitely now we've got like a little bit of a tie-in. Like
and then like a picture of
tie-in.
a kid who lives near the river where the hippos are that isn't dead because you're eating that hippo.
Exactly. Like this was a safe child. They did actually say, I will say in the story that nobody has actually been attacked by a hippo in Colombia yet. They are relegated to a very specific area, so it's not like they're going to surprise you. They're like, just don't go near Escobar's old compound, and we're good.
But yeah, you get a little picture of a little boy. It's like, this is Trini. Trini doesn't die today because you ate the hippo that lives near his farm.
Yep. I like it.
All right, we did it. We just solved the problem.
We might as well have solved world hunger on that one, or AIDS.
Well, I mean, at least in Colombia. Yeah. There's got to be people looking for work down there.
First of all,
hunt hippos.
Isn't a hippo like a fucking half-ton animal, something like that?
Oh my God,
they're huge.
One of them would feed a pop-up restaurant's clientele for probably an entire day, if not week.
Yeah. And I mean,
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Well, we have done no mathematics whatsoever.
I gave a big window there. At least feed everyone for an hour or a year.
Here's the thing: at Lost at Home podcast, we don't like to spread fake news or misleading news, so we will let you know when we're just pulling shit out of our ass, which is just there then. But yes, it is a lot of food for a group of people.
All right, Jerry, you brought the next story to the table for web droppings.
Did I now? Oh yes. And you read this as well.
Autistic puppies.
Yes.
Okay. It's Pound Puppies for 2019.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
20, wait. We just made the new content before even telling you the story.
Yes, definitely 20 milk bones. Yeah, definitely.
Was there a Pound Puppies theme song?
Oh yeah.
It was Pound Puppies, my puppy and me. I think that was it. It was something very close, but
yeah, it was something along those lines.
Autistic puppies, me and puppy. See what I did there?
Don't make eye contact. Definitely 20 milk bones.
Yeah,
anyway,
what I do is I take my autistic puppy into the backyard and I throw balls, and after about the 9th ball, it runs out, it counts him, it comes back.
Yep. Definitely 9 balls. Rain Dog. All right, so we got Rain Dog, the movie, before we even get into the show. I mean the story.
Rain Dog.
So here's the thing: is dogs can't get autism, but there are big surprises.
Do we know that?
The leading veterinary society in Britain.
Do we know a dog can't stutter?
Of course they can stutter. Do we know
a dog can't have a lisp? Do we know a dog can't have downs?
You're asking me this as if I know the answer to any of these.
Well, you sounded pretty confident about a dog not having autism.
Okay, here's the thing. According to the British Veterinary Association, dogs do not get autism.
Yeah, that's from a country whose dental association... Yeah, never mind.
Never mind. Should I just bleep that out? Pretend you said something funny?
Nope.
Okay, so this is the problem because the anti-vax issue, which is really started, it had planted its seed in the United States, of course. Big surprise, this has stemmed from the United States as well, where a bunch of pet owners are concerned that the vaccinations are going to give their dogs autism, which according to the British Veterinary Association does not exist, and they are telling people in Britain, because it has now made its way over there thanks to a tweet from essentially like their version of Good Morning America or whatever over there, or whatever The View is or whatever in Britain, where they were mentioning it. You know, and they're not saying like watch out, they were just mentioning it and tweeted something about it. And unfortunately shit spreads through the internet and people don't bother being like, maybe this is ridiculous, and they start concerning themselves with it. So Britain's trying to get ahead of it. It's not going to work. I mean, you know, they're just as dumb as we are. So
This comes entirely from some barren soccer moms who have way too many animals, who read the news and are like, you shouldn't vaccinate your children. And she looks down at her like 9 Labradoodles and goes,
My fur
"But
babies
these are my children."
my fur babies, that's what people call them, right?
Well, they're still our children.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, everyone's like, oh, my fur babies.
I know my dog autistic. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the entire brain process. That's it.
Yeah, it's funny because people in New Jersey think it's good to be autistic because they think it's artistic because they have an accent. Get it?
Yeah, and artists
Yeah.
are held in high regard in New Jersey.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love an autistic dog.
There are literally buildings dedicated to art in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Literally building.
Oh man, my autistic dog just painted me the coolest fucking picture. Whoa, autistic. Yeah, get it? It's an accent thing.
Yeah.
Do accents.
You're just letting your dog walk in lead paint and then step on a canvas. There's a reason why it's a little touch in the brain. That's
Yeah.
where did you even find that much lead paint? Jersey!
Yeah, it grows on trees around here, literally. Oh, Jersey! Northern Jersey.
You ever drive in that
I'm fine with Jersey,
You
I
ever
gotta
go
say.
north and be driving in that state with all the skiing and the queers, and you see all the rocks on the side of the road. They got lines. Those lines are years. Yeah, that's like Jersey. Under the dirt, there's like years. Like one layer's lead paint, next one's toxic waste, next one's just Bruce Springsteen albums that didn't sell.
Oh, did you know, this is something for all my horror fans out there, that Angela from Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, the adult Angela, yes, the killer from 2 and 3, because she was a child in the first one, is played by Bruce Springsteen's younger sister, actually, Pamela Springsteen.
Amazing.
And number 3 also starred Tracy Griffith, who is Melanie Griffith's half-sister.
I'd like to take this moment to tell you all a little story. See, I was on the New Jersey Turnpike, and my headlights were blinking in and out intermittently, and I thought I was going to get in a car accident. It's at that point that my sister called me from the set of Sleepaway Camp 2. I don't know what it was she said to me on the phone because I was terrified of crashing into another car head on. But my headlights came on and she said, I love your brother, Bruce. I love you like a brother. I'm going to let you go. And she did, and my headlights stayed on for the entire rest of the drive. It was only 2 miles later until I hit that truck stop, and I got fellatiated by the Chuck and Bruce wearing a very stained and tattered wife beater t-shirt. He was one of those hard-working New Jersey men. He was a trucker, and he had that trucker kind of life, but I knew now that I had gotten blown by him that I could go back to my fiance and know that low jobs for the rest of my marriage were guaranteed because I'm that kind of man.
I'm that kind of man, American man, sucking a dick on the side of a truck stop road in a tight white t-shirt and tight white jeans. Oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen. Man, I love the Bruce Springsteen minute we just created.
Yeah, that was a good story. Bruce Springsteen.
Thank you for being on the show.
He was woke before his time.
He was.
That story came out when Sleepaway Camp 2 was being
Which
filmed.
was 1988.
He was woke way before
88.
woke
Probably,
was
it
a
was
word.
probably being filmed in 87. Yeah, that was pretty good.
He was woke way back when A was before it.
He was woke when a poke and a poke choke dog and now
like
the
that
American man.
I like how tangentially his sister was connected to that story and how it really didn't mean anything.
Yes, but we just created new content for something that's the beauty of this. Sometimes it'll be a tangent that creates the new content, like me deciding to bring up Pamela Springsteen.
All right. I brought the next story to the table.
You brought the next couple, yes.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
I don't know why I'm looking ahead. Be like, oh,
there's
Mr.
17
Mr.
minutes left
Fancy.
of the show, and you just said we have a couple stories. What if this is the last one we get to? See, you need to think ahead, Jer.
I did think ahead.
We just
too much, actually.
We just fist bumped with air quotes.
Yeah, so that's the only way we fist bump now.
Think ahead.
Yeah, nice. The only way
Actually, how do you do it? We would go in my right to your right,
right?
and then air quote with the left.
Yeah, we actually just did it for real. I mean, we've done it all. We've been telling the truth. We've done it
did
the whole
without
time.
the bulletproof shielding between us.
Yes, yeah. We usually don't like to make eye contact during the show. We do it in the same room, which is weird because we could just do this remotely. But
Yeah.
Scott says he doesn't want to look at me.
I stare at all the bright lights. There's so many
There actually
things
are
lit
a lot
up.
of, and I actually even unplugged one of the things that usually lights up and moves.
I know, it's what's distracted me.
Yeah, but that's like, here's the thing, on Conan's new podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, not shouting it out or anything, except for the fact
Can we
that it's
not
awesome.
until he shouts us out?
Here,
Can we just make that a rule?
not shout any poet, but maybe we need to shout him out first, because, I don't know, maybe he's earned it.
You hear that?
No,
you
but
hear that, you ginger fuck?
Here's the thing that I had that he put on the show that I actually really appreciated. He likened Timothy Oliphant to a kitten at a rave when he couldn't quite keep his thoughts together, and that imagery is just fucking hilarious.
I like that. I like that.
He's like a kitten at the because there's so many bright lights and stuff like that. So I feel like if I had everything plugged in right now, that's how we would both be. We'd be like, oh, bright lights, and we wouldn't get anything done. But we are now definitely not getting to 2 stories. So yes, we have at least one story left, maybe
We are,
2.
because this next story comes from Newsweek, and I find it dubious. Maybe you can
More
prove
like
me wrong.
Newsbeak,
Can you
because it's for the birds.
Can you prove me wrong on this one? I'm gonna tell you the story, and then you tell me if I'm wrong about my assessment.
Okay.
Story's headline: Snake bites man, man bites wife so they can die together. Wife survives. Now, if you get bit by a snake, say like on your calf, and the venom's coursing through your system, do you then become a venomous snake that can bite people?
I don't know.
Because I don't believe you have venom in your mouth when it's going through your bloodstream.
I don't know.
I don't believe you then
Here's the thing.
salivate venom or can
based on-
inject venom.
Based on this, I would say
The
the
entire
answer is
story's in the headline.
I would say the answer is no, because the wife survived after the bite.
Yeah, he got bit. They basically wanted to do a death pact together, so he bit her so they could die together.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he
guess-
got bit on purpose. Like, he got bit by one of the most poisonous snakes on the planet, and he...
But I guess if you're a listener out there and you want to hit us up on Twitter at The Lost at Home or on our Facebook fan group, Lost Home Podcast, let us know if there's any actual factualization to this. I don't believe if you get bit by a snake, you suddenly, for 10 minutes before you die, become a superhero. Or actually, super villain.
Well,
Because biting people you're now venom ducts would be terrifying and horrific.
Well, the interesting thing is they said the thing they said about this is, but it doesn't actually indicate whether or not, because you can also die from a person bite. A person actually is not venomous, but we have so much disease and shit. That,
Our mouths are disgusting holes.
Yes, they are disgusting holes. Oh, in a disgusting hole next to the side of the road. But a doctor said the woman could be saved because her treatment began on time. She is safe now, which it leads me to believe she was in danger.
What was he? Did he become like, I don't know?
That's what it makes it sound like. Yes.
Do you know Luke Cage, like from comics and Netflix? Like he has a whole rogues gallery of snake villains. None of them was bit by a radioactive snake and can now bite people and inject them with venom. Doesn't that sound like the easiest fucking super villain power to give someone? No. No one ever thought of this before this story. No one ever thought you would then have venom in your mouth you could pass on to people. Newsweek, what are you doing to me?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: is like the way they make it sound. And granted, it is Newsweek, so I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. Is like, oh, we had to worry about saving the woman from this with antivenom, but they don't actually go into any detail. Like, they said the woman is safe because we got to her on time. Maybe that means because he bit into her wrist. Maybe that means she was bleeding to death and she was saved because he fucking tore an artery or something like that, or the vein that bleeds you out when you're
But
fucking.
still.
So in other words,
extra-
I can't imagine you just suddenly become venomous.
Yeah, my extra
even with
confident
these like big crates and stuff that they are biting people, and what do they say, the serpentine big 4 is what they consider about 90% of snake bites that are caused by the serpentine big 4, which are also the ones that kill the most people: the common krait, Indian cobra, Russell's viper, and saw-scaled viper. And so
I think the extra content is just us creating a supervillain that does that, and that's it. Right? We don't even need to go into it. Just there should be a supervillain that can do that. Then, if there's Spider-Man, why isn't there a spiteful dying snake bite man?
yeah, and it just goes and seeks
Ow,
out.
why'd you bite me? Because I'm gonna die in like 10 minutes. Fuck you.
Yeah, but you've been doing this for years. You're clearly not going to die in 10 minutes. Well, but I'm venomous. No, you just bit me. I'm fine. I mean, it hurts, but God. So I'm wondering, like, that's the thing is I'm wondering if they're making this via bad journalism, if they're making this just sound like more of a story than it is, because
I think so.
Because
Newsweek
really,
jumped the shark on this
and
one.
I understand. Like, I actually get the
There's not enough news for
the
Newsweek.
eccentricity of
They need news.
Yeah,
It's not like Trump doesn't say something weird every day.
Well, the problem is that's just not become news anymore. That's the problem, is it's become the norm. So we're just like, oh no, okay. Oh, collusion? Okay, whatever. Call me when something good happens. Oh, wait! Man, bet his wife? What?
Yeah.
All right.
We have time for one last
We do.
story.
Oh, almost like I predicted this.
Which one do you want to do? Robbers?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't really want to do that last story.
I'm not going to do well, look, this story's about robbers. I'm going to start reading. The robbers, in clown masks, had the element of surprise, but the Texas couple they threatened fought back, police say. 2 men wearing clown masks and wielding machetes pulled up alongside a couple sitting in their truck in their driveway in Texas City just before 2:30 a.m. on February 1st. This is an old story, right? No, wait. Oh my God, I've lost time. It's almost March.
Well, it is, but this was on last week's
It's a few
story,
weeks old. Yeah,
and before that we had 2 weeks without a story. So yeah, we're still building things up. This was actually on the slate for last week, which we didn't get to because we had a ridiculous tangential episode. Yes.
Okay. One of them, wearing a white mask, orange hair, and a big red nose, went to the truck's driver's side, placed his machete on the neck of the man sitting at the wheel, and said, "You're gonna give it up, or I'm gonna cut you," according to the report.
Well, that was Bruce Springsteen a little bit.
Yeah.
The
man in the driver's seat, Joseph Nelson, told the news outlet that he couldn't believe what was happening. He reached his hand through the window, put it on my throat like this, and I'm like, "Dude, you serious? You trying to rob me with a machete?"
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's a fucking way to rob somebody.
Baller. Thomas told his wife, Aretha Cardinal, who was sitting in the passenger seat.
Real name, not a Caesar made up name for Tutter. This was a real name, Aretha Cardinal. Awesome name.
To get out and find a weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What did she find?
I'm just getting weird texts at the same time as I'm reading this story. I'm sorry.
Are they?
I don't know what they mean. They're words, in my opinion. I'll explain after the show.
Well, I'm glad they're words in your opinion. They're just, there's like, does that mean they're not words at all?
It was a reaction to a video saying, "Oh my God, that's amazing." And then eye drops, and then maybe a cold compress.
So it sounds like somebody's texting the wrong person? Mm-hmm. Okay. But you should say, "Sure, no problem. Send it back." On it. And this is a new segment called Scott Bear Gets and Receives and Replies to Weird Cryptic Texts on the Air.
All right. He told his girlfriend, Aretha Cardinal, who was sitting in the passenger seat, to get out and find a weapon. As he began to struggle with his attacker, according to the news outlet, she grabbed her granddaughter's scooter from the front yard, they were in their own driveway, and began swinging.
Yes.
She hit both of the machete-wielding clown robbers.
No, those are hefty. If they've got a good one,
like it's a razor scooter.
Yeah,
that thing is sharp.
It's got Oh, fuck you! You don't deserve a laugh for that piece of shit.
Sharper than a fucking machete.
Oh yeah, you want a machete? I got a razor.
Oh, I got a razor.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
She started to hit them both with the machete.
The scooter. Yes.
She eventually hit them enough to take away one of the attacker's machetes.
Oh, so now she's got a scooter. She's a grandma on a scooter with a machete.
Yeah.
That is a movie in and of itself. You know, like the hobo with a shotgun, grandma on a scooter with a machete. Boom. Fuck you.
Here's a quote from her. "Y'all, it was really scary. It was like it was either us or them, you know, and not us. You're not gonna steal no money. We ain't got no money. Me and my husband held him down, you know, and then we commenced to beat him until the law came."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Actually, she said until the laws came.
Yeah, you got more than one law.
We beat them until the Miranda right fucking jizzed in its pants.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
beat him until the laws came.
Yep.
You have the right to remain. We beat him until the laws came. Sorry, I'm just reading it as she said it.
Yep, that's the way she said it.
She also used the scooter to bust out one of the windows of the suspect's car as they ran back to their car, fleeing. Texas City police arrested the alleged clown mask assailants just a few minutes later, according to jail records. Jose Noel Lugo, 35, And Luis Jimenez, 32. Jimenez. Oh, wow, you're right.
Yes.
Not Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Jesus.
Jesus Jimenez and Gonzalez.
Their bond is set at $100,000 apiece as they await trial.
Okay. Wow.
Matt is an award-winning real-time reporter and a University of Texas at Austin graduate who's been based at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram.
This is because
since
this was written
2001.
by this is Matthew Martinez, who
That is the writer of this article.
Matthew Martinez or whatever.
Let's see. This is the Star-Telegram, so I'm going to keep going down from our advertising partners. The only woman to ever make the FBI's wanted list. That's not true. There's been more than one, I believe. Road rage turns into brutal beatdown at a traffic light. I could see that happening.
Okay, cool.
Air Force's first female Viper pilot relieved of duty. I wonder what she did. Things you should absolutely never order at Cracker Barrel. I've never been to one, but I'm going to assume everything.
Everything, yeah. Just don't order anything to Cracker Barrel.
Patriots
it's a barrel of crackers. What else are you going to order?
The New England
Cracker Barrel? Who fucking names it Cracker
I think
Barrel?
What do they sell? Pickles and crackers? What else?
I
What
mean,
else comes in barrels?
Here's the thing.
Alcohol.
Here's the thing: is all of those sound great. I actually like. First of all, crackers don't come in barrels. Man. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then
crackers are not like a barrel-based food. Pickles definitely though.
And then we have Patriots lead awkward tweet after Kraft's prostitution bust.
Oh yeah, Kraft.
Kraft singles. So
Yep. Actually, this is of the Kraft family, the Kraft dynasty. The owner of the Patriots was busted on prostitution.
You know,
charges.
our cheese is fake and how people just eat it up. Well, I just want to do that to your boobs because, you know, they're
That's
not
right.
real.
Yep. I like human trafficking all the cheese I can eat. Because
I,
nothing says cheese like human trafficking
wanna
and
put you-
involvement in hurting the integrity of human beings.
I want to bind you in a tight enclosed space, much like how we wrap plastic around our
Yes.
plastic-like cheese singles.
I wanna
you.
put you-
You will be in your own single space.
I want to put you in a barrel, much like we do crackers for some reason.
We're just gonna rape you. I'm a patriot
Yeah. Owner.
and
I'm a
fan.
patriot! Owner.
Hey, your first upcoming testimony from
Robert Kraft or whatever his name is. Luckily, I don't like
Kraft.
that. Oh, Bobby Crafty, they used to call him.
Kraft.
Oh, Bobby Crafty.
Oh, Bobby Crafty.
You know the thing about him?
You ever seen the inside of a yacht of a cheese magnate?
It looks like most other yachts.
Except
In fact, it looks exactly like most other yachts.
it's yellow, and on the side it says, "I'm single." Wink.
Yep, that's right.
Because I'm married to my job. Get it? Get in the hole.
Yeah, but I'm also married.
Get in the hole.
Get in the hole. Kraft singles, get in the hole. What? Wait, what kind of marketing department allowed this to happen?
I'm an Instagram model, and we don't go below deck. Get in the hole.
Get in the hole. Kraft macaroni and cheese. Get in the hole. Perfect.
We have an update. Oh, sorry. Meant for my sister. LOL.
And who was that? Anybody like important in your life? Or that was a random text?
I'm gonna screen grab this in case I ever have an awkward. Sorry, meant for your sister. LOL. Wait. Damn it! My own plan backfired.
Damn it! Get in the hole.
Get in the hole.
Get in the hole is another potential.
HULL too, not HOLE. We have to be careful with that. It's the hull of a ship.
Yeah, get in the hull. Yeah, no, get in the hole. Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I'm really glad as an Instagram model you would have me and my photographer, my slightly irritated boyfriend on your Kraft single ship, Slice 1.
There it is.
What are we doing here? Well, he's gonna Natalie Wood it off the side, and you're gonna get in the hole.
And you're gonna Christopher Walken it and pretend you don't know what happened for years and years and years. He was the one that was present during Natalie Wood's alleged disappearance.
Yeah, wow.
Whoa. She went right off the side there. She's like she didn't want to get in the hall. All right, I think we're ready to wrap up the show. Much like you unwrap a Kraft Singles piece of cheese. Kraft Singles brought to you by Blue Microphones Yeti Pro. Thank you, Kyle Brock at MacTac Podcast, for recommending this beautiful mic. I hope it sounded delectable. If it doesn't, I'm going to I don't know. I'll just process my audio to make it sound amazing.
And this is one more sponsor. This is Shady Plastics Inc. We make plastic little wrappers for the cheese for Kraft singles. We also make body bags. No link.
Hey. No link. Yeah, come on over here. Get Natalie Wood's body bags.
They don't float.
We line them with special heavy shit to make sure Christopher Walken is never indicted. Uh-oh.
Natalie Wood plastic bags, 5% plastic. The rest is a trade secret.
Natalie Wood.
All right.
Wow. I can't believe people have finally outed me after all these years. In my ass.
Get lost.